It's biggest than anything that we have seen in history of Russia since fall of the Soviet Union, and it's actually bigger than the largest Soviet exercise, Zapad 81. China used to be one of potential aggressors for Vostok, and now it's participating in the most significant strategic drill that Russia holds annually.
So what is the goal of this, both in terms of the drill itself, but in terms of the message it is sending by inviting China?
I think that the operational significance of this drill is not that large because the interoperability of the Russian and Chinese ground troops can be manifested in Central Asia or Korean Peninsula, and scenarios where these two will fight together in these regions are still low. But I think that the symbolic significance is there, and it's much more important. First, Russia wants to send a message to China that it's not seeing China as a threat and the Far East, and that China should reciprocate and invest more into those regions. And point number two, that Russia and China are both signaling to the US and its allies that if the United States continues to push the two and try to contain both simultaneously, they will be forced to be joining hands.
It's interesting what you say about Siberia. I was in Siberia a couple of months ago, and local people are nervous about China. They see a lot of Chinese investment. They see a lot of Chinese tourism. Do you think there's a sense of the Kremlin sending a message to the Russian people in that region not to worry?
I don't think that the Russian people's opinion is very important, but locals are unhappy because there is, for the first time, massive influx of Chinese over a couple of decades. But there is a different nature of Chinese migration. They are tourists and they are migrant workers. There are no settlers. And the statistics shows that Chinese who were residing there are actually moving back to China. People are nervous because of bigger influx of tourists, and Chinese tourists are lousy and don't necessarily fit Russian cultural standards.
So when you say this is a message to other countries, both about Russia's friendship, if we can call it that, with China, but also about the sort of potential of its military might, what should other countries be taking away from that?
I think that the Russian calculus is that the policymakers in the West will say, the sanctions are not having necessary effect on the Russian economy, and they are producing side effects by pushing Russia too deep into China's embrace. Let's change course. Let's stop the sanctions campaign. But I don't think that's necessarily what the West will do, particularly amid Russian behavior like Skripal poisoning or interference in the U.S. elections.
Alexander Gabuyev, Senior Fellow at the Carnegie Center in Moscow. Well, we have another military story now, but a rather different one, because Igor Bilukorov was a young man from western Ukraine who was fighting for the Soviet army in Afghanistan in 1988 when he went missing. His remains were never found. Perhaps so, there is a good reason for that, the best reason as far as his family is concerned. Jonah Fisher now reports on their hopes for a miraculous end to a 30-year mystery.
С прискорбием навещаю вас о том, что ваш сын, прапорщик Белокуров Igor Viktorovich.
In the small village of Velika Glusha, in the region of Volyn, 78-year-old Antonina Bilokurova is reading me the message that broke her heart. Sent 30 years ago, it's from the command of the Soviet army. It informed her that her son Igor had gone missing in a battle in Afghanistan.
All the neighbors ran out of their homes because they was crying and screaming. Igor is gone.
I'm now in the cemetery at Velika Glusha, and I'm just by the tombstone that Igor's mother put up for him 4 years ago. It's just next to the grave of Igor's father, Victor. There's a simple note on the tombstone from Igor's mother. It says, "My son, the hope of my life, you left this world so early. I'm sorry that we couldn't protect you from whoever took your life." The incredible thing about this is that it's possible that Igor is in fact still alive. Earlier this year, a group of Ukrainians travelling in Afghanistan were approached by a man who clearly did not belong to the tribe he was with. He said very little, apart from Volyn, the name of Igor's region in Ukraine. Intrigued, the Ukrainians filmed the man and shared the footage with the Afghan Veterans Association back in Volyn. Gregory Pavlovich explains to me that 70 men from Volyn lost their lives during the Soviet war in Afghanistan. 3 were listed as missing in action, but 2 of those were almost certainly dead. That leaves...
Hi there, this is CJ Buckman, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Star Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
I'm with Igor's mother, comparing her scrapbook pictures of Igor with images of the mysterious man in Afghanistan.
You can't control what happens on the road, but you can control the tires you ride on. Thanks to Champon tires, in testing condition, you are guaranteed of traction and grip, be it new or partly worn tire. Champon tires are the largest import and exporters of tires in the UK. Locate us all over the UK. For Wakefield, contact us on 01924 262 043. Selby, Rotherham, Hull, and Birmingham, contact us on 01709 380 615. Or you can visit us at www.champontires.co.uk. Champon Tires. Safe when new, safe when partly worn.
The IWFT team presents Footprints on Star Radio UK with your host Oscar Bimpong every Thursday at 7 p.m. Star Radio UK, your finest Afro-Caribbean station in London.
I know. So improve but degree. Okay, what about but degree? No one you secretary with fees. Exciting, huh? Yes. Say your first degree and now masters. UK abai betimi amal grant and now scholarship and financial support. Now they are school about degree. Our courses be brave. UK degree and masters fully sponsored. Tie UK abai betimi amal up to £21,000 every year. Now what they are school fees about degree. So, how do you go about it? A simple cry. Gem Educational Consultants ever born with your application. Now also what me and your KB. Now what your degree. So British passport, indefinite, and now EU passport, 18 and now 55 years. When so bet me and your KB. Now what your degree. Even for first degree, no. Apart from say we up to £21,000, no. Abai bet your school fees near the end amount. Any for 07904793019 or visit us at 51 Albany Road, Hornchurch, RM12 4RE. Email pastorjoeka@yahoo.com. Nyesika nefetria wo fees, but degree.
All I can see sometimes and lay you down on a bed of roses.
Bed of Roses, Bed of Roses, Bed of Roses. Voices of Esther brings you Bed of Roses this and every Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Join our panel of experts to discuss issues within your relationships. Hosted by Doreen, you will be motivated and equipped to handle issues within your relationships. Remember, it is Saturday at 9:30 p.m. GMT. Don't miss it.
Lay you down on a bed of roses.
Do you feel left out in your education or career but still want to do something about it? Then don't fret. If you are a resident in the UK, British or EU citizen, then there is hope for you. You are in the age bracket of 21 to 55. The UK government is offering grants, scholarships, and financial support for first degree to masters in various courses. The government will pay all your fees and you can educate yourself in a peace of mind. From £21,000 per year for first degree, etc. Get in touch with GEM Educational Consultancy and we will guide you in applying for this facility. We are situated at 51 Albany Road, Hornchurch. The postcode is RM124AE. Telephone 079 0479 3019 or email us pastorjoeka@yahoo.com. Get financial support and acquire a degree.
I believe in the sun.
What's the hidden truth or mysteries behind the supernatural? Do angels really exist today? Is healings and miracles real? Can I hear the voice of God? Was there inspirations and challenges in ministry? Can my eyes be open to see beyond the natural? Can I operate in the gifts of the Holy Spirit? Can my dreams contain messages from God? My Journey is your one-stop destination to the supernatural on Starr Radio UK. Join your host, Captain Tete, this and every Saturday from 4 p.m. on My Journey, your one-stop destination to the supernatural.
If you've had an accident in the last 3 years, that was not your fault. Get in touch with London Accident Claims Limited. It could be a motor accident or a workplace injury. You could be entitled to compensation. Just one call to our specialist team will take care of everything. For minicab drivers with PCOs, there is even better news. We provide you with a replacement vehicle. Call us on 0800-032-6798 or 0208-665-7667 to start your claims with London Accident Claims Limited. London Accident Claims Limited, a partner you can trust.
Listen to Aunties Mary, Lottie and Regina on the Family Enrichment Programme on Starr Radio UK. This and every Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m.
Some people are wicked because don't make it your business going about revealing
people's secrets. Don't be a busybody.
And some people. Today's typical family is under pressure from various directions. Divorce is on the increase. More and more of the Afro-Caribbean youth are taking to crime, etc. The Family Enrichment Program brings together a team of qualified experts to discuss and shed light on how we can make our families better and stronger. It is said the family can do without the society, but the society can't. Listen to the Family Enrichment Program this and every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Starr Radio UK, your favourite Afro-Caribbean radio station in London.
Download our app in iTunes and the Google Play Store.
Listen to Regina Aban this and every Monday from 5 to 6:30 p.m. on Point on Starr Radio UK.
You can't always be in control of what happens on the road, but you can control the tires you ride on. Thanks to Champon Tires, in testing condition, you are guaranteed of traction and grip, be it new or partly worn tire. Champon Tires are the largest import and exporters of tires in the UK. Look at us all over the UK. For Wakefield, contact us on 01924 262 043. Selby, Rotherham, Hull, and Birmingham, contact us on 01709 380-615, or you can visit us at www.champontires.co.uk. Champon Tires, safe when new, safe when partly worn.
The IWFT team presents Footprints on Starr Radio UK with your host Oscar Bimpong every Thursday at 7 p.m. Starr Radio UK, your finest Afro-Caribbean station in London.
So peso koenim. Improve but degree. Okay, what about so but degree? No when you secret your fees. Exciting, huh? Yes. Say your first degree and now masters. UK abai betimi amal grant and now scholarship and a financial support. Now they are school about degree. Our courses be brave. UK degree and a masters fully sponsored. T UK abai ebetimi amal up to £21,000 every year. Now what they are school fees about degree. So how do you go about it? A simple cry. Gem Educational Consultants ever born with your application. Now also what me and your KB. Now what your degree. So British passport, indefinite, and now EU passport, 18 and now 55 years. When so what me and your KB. Now what your degree. Even for first degree, no. Apart from say we up to £21,000, no. Abai betia wo school fees ni ade nyina ma. Any for 079 04 79 3019 or visit us at 51 Albany Road, Hornchurch, RM12 4RE. Email pastorjoeka@yahoo.com. Nesika nefetia wo fees, but degree.
All I can see sometimes and lay you down on a bed of roses.
Bed of Roses, Bed of Roses, Bed of Roses. Voices of Esther brings you Bed of Roses this and every Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Join our panel of experts to discuss issues within your relationships. Hosted by Doreen, you will be motivated and equipped to handle issues within your relationships. Remember, it is Saturday at 9:30 p.m. GMT. Don't miss it.
I'll lay you down, on a bed of roses.
Do you feel left out in your education or career but still want to do something about it? Then don't fret. If you are a resident in the UK, British or EU citizen, then there is hope for you. You are in the age bracket of 21 to 55. The UK government is offering grants, scholarships, and financial support for first degree to masters in various courses. The government will pay all your fees and you can educate yourself in a peace of mind. From £21,000 per year for first degree, etc. Get in touch with GEM Educational Consultancy and we will guide you in applying for this facility. We are situated at 51 Albany Road, Hornchurch. The postcode is RM12 4AE. Telephone 079 0479 3019 or email us pastorjoeka@yahoo.com. Get financial support and acquire a degree.
I believe in the sun.
What's the hidden truth or mysteries behind the supernatural? Do angels really exist today? Is healings and miracles real? Can I hear the voice of God? What's their inspirations and challenges in ministry? Can my eyes be open to see beyond the natural? Can I operate in the gifts of the Holy Spirit? Can my dreams contain messages from God? My Journey is your one-stop destination to the supernatural on Starr Radio UK. Join your host, Captain Tete, this and every Saturday from 4 p.m. on My Journey, your one-stop destination to the supernatural.
If you've had an accident in the last 3 years, that was not your fault. Get in touch with London Accident Claims Limited. It could be a motor accident or a workplace injury. You could be entitled to compensation. Just one call to our specialist team will take care of everything. For minicab drivers with PCOs, there is even better news. We provide you with a replacement vehicle. Call us on 0800 032 6798 or 0208 665 7667 to start your claims with London Accident Claims Limited. London Accident Claims Limited, a partner you can trust.
Mama, please stop
Listen to Aunties Mary, Lottie, and Regina on the Family Enrichment Programme on Star Radio UK. This and every Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m.
Some people are wicked because don't make it your business going about revealing
people's secrets. Don't be a busybody.
And some people. Today's typical family is under pressure from various directions. Divorce is on the increase. More and more of the Afro-Caribbean youth are taking to crime, etc. The Family Enrichment Program brings together a team of qualified experts to discuss and shed light on how we can make our families better and stronger. It is said the family can do without the society, but the society can't. Listen to the Family Enrichment Program this and every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Star Radio UK, your favourite Afro-Caribbean radio station in London.
Download our app in iTunes and the Google Play Store.
Listen to Regina Aban this and every Monday from 5 to 6:30 p.m. on Point on Star Radio UK.
You can't always be in control of what happens on the road, but you can control the tires you ride on. Thanks to Champon Tires, in testing condition, you are guaranteed of traction and grip, be it new or partly worn tire. Champon Tires are the largest import and exporters of tires in the UK. Locate us all over the UK. For Wakefield, contact us on 01924 262 043. Selby, Rotherham, Hull, and Birmingham, contact us on 01709 380-615, or you can visit us at www.champontires.co.uk. Champon Tires, safe when new, safe when partly worn.
Hi there, this is CJ Buckman, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Star Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
Hi, my name is Kwesi P, and you're listening to Star Radio UK.
Worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is Star Radio UK.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Though your heart is aching, smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile. If you just smile. Hey, this is Archie, and you're listening to Star Radio UK and the Morning Show.
Nobody does it better. You are a star, my shining star. You are my star, my shining star. Come on, give it, give it, give it, give it. Oh, you love it. I just can't get enough. I will never, never last a day when you take your love away forever. I'm yours and ever. I want your love, 'cause you,
Welcome
nobody in the whole world like you. Listen, everybody wants to get to know my girl. Something in her makes you want to stop and stir. Her love is magic, she's so romantic, and she loves no one but I. A flash of a smile sends me feeling like a child, so free and wild. She's like no other, my only lover. Girl, a shining star, that's what you are. My sweetest you love. I can't live without truly you are. You, baby, my shining star.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile. If you just smile. Hey.
You are my star, my shining star. Come on, give it, give it, give it, give it. Oh, your love. I just can't get enough.
Hello, good morning and welcome to Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Today is the 11th day of September 2018 and the time is 10:35 from the House of London. This is the morning show with your one and only RJ, and I come your way with a smile. So smile while, though your heart will be aching, though you'll still be in pain, though things might not be the way that you want, or maybe fortunately for you, things are going the way that you want it. But whatever the situation is, I want to tell you, or I want you to understand that Starr Radio UK, we come your way and make sure that we put a smile on your face. With all the programs that we bring your way, it's meant to put a bit of laughter, a bit of joy, a bit of hope in your life. And that's what we dubbed edutainment. So wherever you are, welcome to the show and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the morning show. Of course, with no other person than the one and only RJ. Hello!
Something in her makes you want to stop and stir. Her love is magic, she's so romantic, and she loves no one but I. A flash of a smile sends me feeling like a child, so free and wild. She's like no other, my only lover. Girl, a shining star, that's what you are.
Let me take this opportunity to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. And those of you on other planets, hello! Is someone in there? Yes, I salute you all and I welcome you all to the greatest show on the whole, or in the whole wide world, on the greatest platform, the Starr Radio UK morning show. If you don't know, now you know. Wake up in the morning, you listen to Starr Radio UK, you make your day. And therefore, that's why I say,
enlighten your day with Starr Radio.
I just can't get enough. I will never last a day when you take your love away forever.
so let me say good morning to some wonderful people who have tuned in to listen to us this morning. Let me first of all say morning to my colleague and co-presenter, Mr. Frank Davids. Yeah, he was here all night. I'm seeing to the production of programs. Frank, morning. I know that your eye is twitching. Yeah, make you sleep a bit, Abby. Okay, let me say good morning to Mr. Dave West. Now he came your way with a conscious reggae time from 10 to 4 a.m. My goodness. I bet I was sleeping at a point and I woke up and because I had my earpiece still on, I was like, that was a wonderful one. Dave, good morning to you. say good morning also to Mr. Tony Williams, the Mindset Program presenter. Yes, that was a wonderful one as well. Lady D, good morning. Auntie Regina Aban, yes, morning to you and to Lady Caroline. All right, I got it right. Yes, it was a wonderful time yesterday. Yes, and that's Starr Radio UK. That's what we do. We make sure we bring you the best. Not just the best, but the very best, of course. Let me say good morning to Mr. David Kluche, wherever you are. Morning to you and to your family as well. To Mr. David Nkebe Agonira, wherever you are. Morning. To Brechuba Memo watching or Hinback video say Mr. Chemfrey Bomb. Mimchia Munina. And I'm saying morning to my brother Felix, all the way in Scotland. Felix, Charlie, how be body? And then to Captain Felix Tete as well, Captain One. Yes, for my journey program, I say good morning, I salute you. To Reverend Michael Esiama and the family, Mrs. Minister Isabella Esiama, I say good morning to you and to all your family as well. And I'm taking the opportunity to say good morning to Mr. Oscar Bimpong. Oscar, how are you doing? Hey, then to Doreen the Carter. Massive good morning to you. To my Ross, the Oracle herself. She'll be coming your way this afternoon exactly at 4 o'clock with my Insight with Ross. Morning to you all, guys. To my executive producer himself, Malik, how are you doing, sir? And then to my producer herself, Oba Francis, good morning. I hope you are feeling better. Yesterday she was a bit under the weather, but I hope that today you are feeling cool to give the instructions. Yeah, cool? Yeah. Good morning also goes to the aunties Mary, aunties Lottie, aunties Regina, wherever you are. Good morning to you. To my apostle himself, brother HB, Apostle Hendrik Bruce, and all members of Bible Life Family Ministries, wherever you are. Salute you all. I say massive good morning to you.
Listen, everybody wants to get to know my girl.
To Mr. Joseph Arthur, wherever you are, morning, aka PK. Mr. Theophilus Seiko, aka TT. Mr. Eric Martin, aka Dr. Martin. Or to all the AKAs, I say massive good morning to you. And to Mr. Ebenezer Hammond, aka Nyamiba Berima, all the way in Cape Town, we salute you. From all our listeners from the Ambazonian area, I salute you. I say massive good morning to you. I also want to take this opportunity to say good morning to Mr. Adebayo Nelson Johnson, all the way in Sierra Leone. That's our correspondent in Sierra Leone. That's a massive good morning to you, and thanks for the information that you sent yesterday. And then to Mr. Wisdom Amera, all the way in Zimbabwe, we say good morning to you, Wisdom. How are you doing, sir? Let me also say good morning to our Nigerian correspondent here in the UK, Mr. Olayomi Koiki. Yes, here we come your way tomorrow evening exactly at 7 o'clock with the Niger Voices. So I salute you to all our Ambazonian listeners, all our listeners across the globe. From Azerbaijan to Zambia, from Accra to Zanzibar, and from archaeology to zoology, all these areas will be tackling all the news that is making the rounds there. Come for a hit all the way in Minnesota, US of A. Good morning to you, Bra Kwame in Massachusetts, right? Maryland. That's a massive good morning to you. And I'm saying a special good morning also to Dede Gifty in Francis Rahin in Ghana, the Hammonds, the Betwells, all our listeners, of course. Nana, good morning to you and thanks for tuning in once again.
A shining star, that's what you are.
To all the lovely ones who make our day go round nicely and smoothly, those who support us in all shape and forms, we say massive good morning to you. Let me say morning to Grace. I hope you are doing very well. Mr. Kofi Ali, Ambassador at Large for ECOWAS, wherever you are, salute you. And then to Mr. Kofi Bain, Kofi How are you doing? And the family as well. We salute you all and we say massive, massive good morning to you. Oh, let me say good morning to Era Lucy. Era Lucy, it was a pleasure. I mean, you getting in touch yesterday. I hope you're doing very well and your day goes well as well. Let me say good morning to Dr. Tia. Tia na Togbo. And to the Togbos as well, I salute you all. Okay, so massive, massive welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Okay, so by one program online, we'll be going to the quote for the day, and then we go on to the weather forecast, then the travel updates, and then we'll bring you some lovely music as well. Then we'll go on to bring you all the news that is making the rounds today. But you remember today is 9/11. 9/11. Does it ring a bell? Twin Towers. I remember how many years now? Is it 2002 or 2001? I've forgotten it now. Then at the time I had visited Ghana, I was on holidays. I was out in town, and then I came back. I'm watching some the CNN or one of the CNN. I could just see everything unfolding, and I was like, Jack, whoo, what's happening? Well. Years on, the war in Afghanistan has not been won. The war in Iraq has not been won because the insurrections and everything continues unabated. So what kind of world are we living in? But well. Thank God we are still alive. Thank God. Even as we have life, there is hope for you. And like I said earlier on, it doesn't matter what you are going through. I just want to put a smile in your face. So just stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. I'm bringing you the quote for the day, and then we'll move on. But take this song again. It's a special one I just recorded. Yesterday I recorded just to make sure that our listeners enjoy it and put a smile in your face. You can smile. Ha 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 ha. Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile. If you just smile. Hey, this is Archie, and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show. Okay, now let me say good morning to Mr. Michael Osei all the way from Ghana. Michael says, good morning, boss. I'm listening to you from Ghana. Michael, morning to you, and thank you very much for tuning in to listen to us. If you're watching us live on Facebook, you know what you can do for us. Share the page with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages as well. Those of you on Periscope, YouTube, and all the other channels, you know what you can do for us. Share the link. And those of you on YouTube, you can subscribe to our page, and every time we are on, you will not miss a thing there. But I say, I love you all. Thank you very much. Let me say good morning to Mr. Clarence Davids Jr. all the way in Monrovia, Liberia, and your friend Ishmael, and to Ellen Presso, wherever you guys are. I salute you all, and thank God that we are all alive and we're seeing another day, another opportunity that is going to be coming our way. No matter what you're going through, I say smile, smile, smile. Because you know what? When you listen to Starr Radio UK,
enlighten your day with Starr Radio.
Let me say good morning to Na Ode, Miss Donna Takia Boy, wherever you are. I hope you are doing very well. But we're moving on to the quote for the day. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. Now it's 10:48 from the House of London. This is Starr Radio UK. The quote for the day says, when a chick starts behaving like a mother hen, the hawk will whack it away. When a chick starts behaving like a mother hen, the hawk will whack it away. So that means that if you are not of age, you have not gotten to that place yet, and you want to live the life of that, the challenges will just take you away. the opposition will take you away. Just think about it. I will not want to go into it too much. But cut your coat according to the material that you have, right? Okie dokie do. Or some people say cut your coat according to your size. Which one is proper? Is it cut your coat according to the material that you have? Now, if you cut it according to the material you have and then it doesn't fit you, what do you do then? So maybe let's assume that we have enough material, okay? If I go, I'm not that big, medium build, so if I go sew some huge coat, I'll be like John Joe, But hey, if I cut it according to my size, it will fit nicely, slim fit, yeah? Okay. So that's just by way of the quote for the day. Now let me go bring you the weather forecast. Today seems to be a bit milder. Yes, I woke up this morning with a bit of breeze and I was like, woo! But hey, it's not been that way. It's not that breezy as it's supposed to be. But mostly dry today with sunny intervals, but also a lot of cloud, just a small chance of the odd spot of rain under the thickest cloud. Initially, brisk winds will ease, feeling warm and humid. I told you. Now tonight, it's going to be largely dry at first, perhaps with 1 or 2 clear breaks. However, it will otherwise be cloudy with outbreaks of mostly light rain spreading southwards. Quite a warm and humid night. So the quilts go away. Temperature is going to be 22 degrees and the lowest is going to be 14 degrees. Now some weather details. Pollen level is going to be medium, UV level is going to be low, and pollution is going to be low as well. Sunset is going to be at 19:25 and sunrise for tomorrow morning is 06:28 hours. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
This is Nana, and you're listening to Archie on Starr Radio UK Morning Show.
We'll take a commercial break, and after that, I'll bring you the travel update. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. You can't always be in control of what happens on the road, but you can control the tires you ride on. Thanks to Champon Tires, in testing condition, you are guaranteed of traction and grip, be it new or partly worn tire. Champon Tires are the largest import and exporters of tires in the UK. Locate us all over the UK. For Wakefield, contact us on 01924 262 043. Selby, Rotherham, Hull, and Birmingham, contact us on 01709 380-615, or you can visit us at www.champontires.co.uk. Champon Tires, safe when new, safe when partly worn.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Yes, keep your eyes on the roads, I will keep you navigated, I promise. Our born the Starr Radio UK morning travel update that comes your way every weekday from 10:30 onwards. It's now 10:52 from the heart of London, and it is the morning show. Now, on the underground this morning, Bakerloo Central Circle District, Hammersmith and City, Jubilee, Metropolitan, Northern, Piccadilly, Waterloo, and City, Victoria lines are all in good services. The London Overground, TfL Rail, DLR, and London Tramlink are all in good service. Now, my favorite means of transport, the river bus, now you all know is in good service as well all around. RB1, RB1X, RB2, RB4, RB5, RB6, Woolwich all in good services. And let's move on to the National Rail. Let's see what is happening on the National Rail front. Now, on the National Rail this morning, River Trains, Wales, minor delays, Great Northern, minor delays, Northern Rail, special service, Scott Rail, special service, Southeastern, minor delays, and Thameslink, minor delays as well. But our only advice is that if you are stuck in any of this traffic or these delays and stuff like that, continue to listen to us on Starr Radio UK. If you can avoid it, avoid it. But if not, we'll keep you posted as and when there are any changes in the situation there. Now let's go to the roads proper. Let's see what is happening on the traffic front when it comes to London. In London, A23, I've got closures, A4 closures, Central London, Red Routes closures, not secular, A406 closures there as well. Well. That brings us to the end of the travel update for today, September the 11th, 2018. And I say good morning to you. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Keep your eyes on the roads. You can't always be in control of what happens on the road, but you can control the tires you ride on. Thanks to Champon tires, in testing condition, you are guaranteed of traction and grip, be it new or partly worn tire. Champon tires are the largest import and exporters of tires in the UK. Locate us all over the UK. For Wakefield, contact us on 01924 262 043. Selby, Rotherham, Hull, and Birmingham, contact us on 01709 380-615, or you can visit us at www.champontires.co.uk. Champon Tires, safe when new, safe when partly worn. Okay, welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Archie on Starr Radio. Nobody does it better.
Let me say good morning to my bishop, Reverend Dr. Francis Okonunu, and Mama Eugenia Nunu, all of Revival City Church. We salute you to Reverend Mrs. Salome Ado and Pastor Joseph Ado, all in Milton Keynes Bible Life Family Ministries. I salute you to Kojo Dake Kojo. Good morning to you. To Mr. Danterbury, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services. For all your accountancy issues and problems, get in touch with him, and he makes sure that everything goes smoothly for you. He's the best when it comes to the accounting industry. He's the best. Call it one of the best in town. So make sure you get in touch with him. Don't let HMRC come pursuing you. Yeah? Okay. That is just by the way. We salute you all. And thank you all very much for tuning in to listen to us today on Starr Radio UK and on the morning show. But like I said earlier on, share the page with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages as well. I'll be so grateful to you. What about that? Okay. Now, I've got a few issues that I want us to be having a look at before. That is after I've brought you the nice, lovely song that I've selected to give thanks and praise to the Almighty God for this morning, for giving us life and giving it us abundantly. And I'm telling you, I'm going to be living life without regrets, or not? Oh yeah, I'm going to be doing so. And I want you to live life, making sure that decisions that you make, you know the impact upon your life, and based on that, make the decisions, but make it wisely. What about that? Okay. Now, for the big issue, we're having a look at the double tracking educational system in Ghana, which started this morning. Now, people have complained about, most of us have come on this platform or other platforms and have complained about it, that, look, the double tracking system is not something that we think is wise enough to do. Now, we think that, there should be infrastructure, we should concentrate on infrastructure. But the problem is, if people are school-going age, they're supposed to go to the secondary school, they are migrating from graduating from the JSS, and they have to go to the SSS, to the secondary schools. We can't say let them sit or let them wait so that we finish building infrastructure before we enroll them. So government has to make sure that we pursue the agenda and make sure that these people, everybody who is of school going age, has to be enrolled. And by so doing, that means they have to introduce a system where everybody can have can enjoy a bit of the national cake. That is going on to be educated, whether it's double tracking or triple tracking. And that's why government has implemented. But I was asking a question. I was this morning just pondering over the whole thing. I was asking myself, now, can you imagine if we have all stakeholders in the education, all the professors that we got, and policy analysts and everything coming together, having a critical look, void of politics, okay? Having a critical look at this and then looking at the way forward and looking at it and saying that, look, if we do this for maybe we halt everything. Somebody should ask me, how do you hold that? Okay, for maybe a couple of years, and then we build infrastructure. Then come the following the next 2 years time, we have enough infrastructure. Then we can enroll everybody into it. Or maybe we just have to cut down on borders, that's boarding houses, and those rooms or those infrastructure could be used as classrooms. That will also give more, create more space for more, or room for more students to be also admitted or enrolled. Now, do you think the decision by government is so wrong? And if it is, what is the way forward for us? Is it that when after, let's take it that, and then Nana goes for a second term, okay, and then they win the second term. So in the next another call it 6 years time, do you think that it's going to be the need for us to say, hey, we are reverting to the old system? Meanwhile, this one would have traveled the distance. What do you think about all that? We'll be having a look at it. And I want to go to Zimbabwe. We have Kamisa who is saying that come Saturday, this Saturday, he's going to be sworn in, because these people are saying, we want you, we voted for you as a president. No, you didn't win, but we still want you to be sworn in. Is it not treason? Is it not treason? And he is a young man. Talking behind the scenes, and myself and my colleague, we're having a look at it, and we think that he's a young person, that he could go for a very long time. So it would be better for him to build the foundation properly, so that when he has the opportunity, let's say Mnangagwa will go for another term, just one term, okay, with his age, and then so maybe the next term he will not be going. That makes him a formidable force to be reckoned with, and therefore that could give him the opportunity, rather than he going this way. And then some people will think, oh, the way Mnangagwa has been playing, it's been quite gentle. I don't know how a crocodile can be that gentle, being quite gentle. But you know, there's a saying in one of Ghanaian languages that though a madman might be cured from all his ailment, the little bit that he has there's a bit there that he can use to scare little children. So maybe that bit is there. So you don't think that if he said he's changed, he's quiet, he's gentle, he's just going to sit aloof and just watch you. No, he might end up, if you go troubling him, putting your hands in his mouth, he might end up just putting it, pow, and then he would have beaten your head, or your head, as the case might be. But whatever it is, make sure you bring your contribution when the lines are open. It's 11:01, and let me just go on and bring you the first carefully selected choice of song. This is by Koda, saying "Made Away."
Good
Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile. If you just smile. Hey, this is Archie, and you are listening to Star Radio UK and the Morning Show. Welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK. The time now is 11 minutes past the top of the hour. Exactly at 11:30, the lines will be open for you to add your voice to the discussions today. You can call us on 0208-133-2257, 0208-133-2257 or 58. If you're in US or Canada, it's 001-718-303-2737, 001-718-303-2737. Text or WhatsApp is 0753-966-1744. Our Twitter handle is Star Radio UK. And our email address is info@starradiouk.com. info@starradiouk.com. For our listeners in US and Canada, we have a dial to listen number for you, so you don't have to worry about your data. So you don't have enough data? Come on, just dial 001-518-400-6069, 001-518-400-6069. Let me say good morning to a very good close friend of mine, Mama Lynn, Mrs. Ellen Ankuma, wherever you are, I hope you are doing very well. And thanks again for also tuning in to listen to us. Let me say good morning to Gina Latte as well. Thank you very much for also listening to us. And I hope you and the family, everyone is doing very well. Let me say good morning to the Ogini herself. Ogini knows herself. Ogini Yaku? All right then. Meet me Yaku here. Okay, so let's go on to some of the news making the rounds here in the UK, and then we will be moving on through to some more stories. On my big issue, I wanted to have a look at the double tracking system and the educational system that has started in Ghana today. I mean, the government was talking about it earlier on. We had stakeholders talking about it. But the problem that I've had is the other time when we were having the discussion, there was this school of thought that said that if the educational ministry is taken away from government, control of government, and therefore we have stakeholders brainstorming, putting policies, putting their thoughts together. As my lecturer, I've forgotten his name. As the Institute of Journalism, I've forgotten his name. I've forgotten his name. Yeah, he says brainstorm. Yeah. If you are able to, they put their mind together to brainstorm, we will have a very formidable educational system that will help us able to actually unearth the talents in people, to educate our people, not just chew, pour, pass and forget, but to be able to learn and use that to improve upon their lives. Okay, so I asked the question here this morning that do you think that the step that the government has taken and the rolling out of this double tracking system from today is going to help us, or do you think come let's say the next 6 years, let's say the president wins the next election, which most of the time that's happened? Okay, in Ghana we have the party going for 2 terms. No, I'm not talking about individuals, but the party coming in and they go for 2 terms. So assuming Nanado, the MPP, stays in for 2 terms. Okay. Now, what is going to happen after that? Are they going to, if a new government comes in, are they going to say, no, looking at the education system, we think that, no, we have to backtrack, we need to go and change everything. We've been talking about infrastructure, that we need more infrastructure, we need facilities where the students can go to use as school, okay, the classrooms and stuff like that. And because we don't have enough of it, therefore government think that we cannot leave others behind. We cannot say that, okay, this group just stay at home. Whenever we finish building or putting up infrastructure enough to, accommodate you, we will then enroll you in as well. That will be too late for them. You'll be wasting their time. And therefore, the only way forward for government now is to just put them all. So we have a double tracking system. Some come for 3 months or something, or 2 months, and then go back, and some other group also come in. And that is how the system is going to work. Now, I'm asking the question, do you think it is fair? Do you think if government should say, okay, I'm not going to, let's relent on what we've said or renege what we've said, do you think it's going to help us as a nation, or under the circumstance, this is the only way forward for us? I want to have your take on that issue. And then yesterday we had the late Kofi Annan's remains sent to Ghana, and the president and some government and leadership in the country receiving the remains and the family of the late Kofi Annan, former Secretary General of the UN, back in Ghana. We'll be having a look at all that and the messages that have come in so far. We'll be having a look at that. So don't go away. I want you to also send your messages. If you want to text or WhatsApp, whatever you want to do, you want to go on our Facebook page, you want to send any messages, feel free to do so. When you go to our Facebook page, Mr. Olami Koiki has also put there some updates from Nigeria. Updates that gas explosion kills 10 in Nasarawa, 2019 PMB to collect presidential nomination form today. The mysterious beetles ravage yam crops in Delta community. Walid Jibrin reappoints PDP board chairman for another 5 years. World Health Organization says 800,000 people commit suicide annually. The PDP government decry alleged persecution by security agencies. MTN sued CBN AGF over alleged 8.1 billion improper repatriation. Now $2 billion tax evasion. Oyetola offers free treatment for 2,000 patients in 2. Okay, and in Iwo, Navy and Delta, and a lot more. I'll try to bring you all those stories that's making the rounds in the world today. But we start from home here in the UK. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. We'll take a commercial break, and once we land, I'll bring you the news that is happening here in the UK. Like I said earlier, on exactly 4 o'clock this afternoon, we'll be having no other one but my Ross, the Oracle herself, coming into the studio to present the one and only program, The Inside with Ross. Stay tuned. You can't always be in control of what happens on the road, but you can control the tires you ride on. Thanks to Champon Tires, in testing condition, you are guaranteed of traction and grip, be it new or partly worn tires. Champon Tires are the largest import and exporters of tires in the UK. Locate us all over the UK. For Wakefield, contact us on 01924 262 043. Selby, Rotherham, Hull, and Birmingham, contact us on 01709 380-615, or you can visit us at www.champontires.co.uk. Champon Tires, safe when new, safe when partly worn.
The IWFT team presents Footprints on Starr Radio UK with your host Oscar Bimpong every Thursday at 7 p.m. Starr Radio UK, your finest Afro-Caribbean station in London.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to exactement tick, tick, tick. 19 minutes past the top of the hour. And it is the Tuesday edition of the morning show with your one and only Archie here this morning. I think I'm making you go crazy.
Though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile. If you just smile.
Hey, this is Archie, and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show. Okay, so I'm just here to put a bit of smile in your face, no matter the challenges or the situation that you might be going through, whatever it is, it is. I always say, so far as you have life, there is hope. If today you are no more and the chapter has been closed, no matter what you do, you can do nothing. All right, but you have life, so there is hope. There is hope. So keep on smiling. Put a smile in your face. Okay, now ministers are unaware of police cuts' impact. Really? Where do they live? Do they live on other planets or what? The approach to police funding is ineffective, the UK public spending watchdog has said. Okay, let me say good morning to Blessing. Blessing says, hi, Blessing. I hope you are doing very well. Okay. And then wages rise faster than expected. That is a bit of trouble there. Earnings continue to outstrip inflation in 3 months to July, while unemployment fell again. Now, Debenham boss rails at nosy neighbors. The retailer's chairman says speculations over its future forced it to rush out of trading statement. We'll be having a detailed look at that. Now, overseas students stay in migrant targets. We'll be having a look at that as well. Buy your dad a jug and ad condemned. Buy your dad a jug has been condemned. Okay, why are they condemning that? Action now on illegal traveler sites. I tell you that illegal traveler sites, some of them, they just come, they see any park or anything, they just ravage in there, and by the time they leave, the mess that they've caused, my goodness, you don't want to know. Now, man charged with 2.5 million lottery fraud. Ryan Thomas wins Celebrity Big Brother. Now, Network Rail sells railway arches for 1.5 billion pounds. Now, England facing changing health needs and a poor mental health at work widespread, and the more adoption health for families vital. Let me say good morning to one very special, very special person who is always on the program on Mondays, and no other person than HRH Linda Boachi. Linda, good morning to you. I hope you are doing very well. Where are you? She says she is in Amsterdam. Okay, good morning to you there. I hope you are doing very well. And I'm saying good morning to Grace Mensa, who is in Ghana as well. Good morning, sis. I hope you are doing very well as well. Okay, now let me bring you the first story. Now, the first story talks about ministers who are unaware of the cuts, the impact of the cuts in the police budget. Now, ministers do not know the impact that funding cuts have had on police forces, the UK Public Spending Watchdog says. Now, according to the National Audit Office, the Home Office does not know whether the police system in England and Wales is financially sustainable. Now, it calls the approach to police funding ineffective and detached from the changing demands faced by officers. At Home Office, a Home Office spokesman said department had conducted a substantial review of police pressures last year. However, the Home Office had not even forecast the effect of losing 44,000 police officers and staff since 2010, the NAO has said. Now, since September 2009, the last set of Home Office figures before the Conservatives came into government, there has been a cut of 22,424 police officers. Now, there were 126,252 police officers in England and Wales in September 2017, according to the latest figures. Historically, there have been fewer officers, with 123,472 in 2001 and 125,453 in 1991 and 116,544 in 1981. Now, officer numbers grew during the Labour government from 2002 onwards, peaking in 2009. It goes on further to say it took 18 days to charge an offence for the. That's what the report found, that it took 18 days to charge an offence for the year ending March 2018, 4 days longer than for the year ending March 2016. The arrest rate fell to 14 arrests per 1,000 population in 2016 to 17, down from 17 per 1,000 population in 2014 to 2015. There have been fewer breathalyzers tests, motoring fixed penalty notices, and conviction for drugs trafficking and possession since 2010. Now, 33% of victims were not happy with police response in the year ending March 2018, up from 29% in the year ending March 2016. Now, Durham Chief Constable Mike Barton said the decision of Home Office ministers in regard to police funding were sometimes in the hands of the Treasury. I actually think the cuts in 2010 were the wake-up call that policing needed to say, come and spend your money wisely. That's what Mr. Burton said. But he said there had been a constant strain since then, with austerity dragging out. Mark Burns Williams, Police and Crime Commissioner for the West Yorkshire, told the BBC Today program that the report highlighted that other PCCs had been saying for some time. Now, firstly, the overall amount of funding for policing isn't enough, and secondly, the funding formula was not really fit for purpose, leading to the unfairness and differences between different areas. The NAO report comes as Home Secretary Sajid Javed prepares for a speech to police superintendents, in which he will say the police must be equipped for changing landscape. If he comes to say the police must be equipped for changing landscape, has he said enough? You say these are the funds that we think that because of the re-equipping or retooling of the police to meet the changing needs of society, this is what we are putting through, rather than coming to say, oh, things have to be changed for them. Well. Action speaks louder than words. But we'll follow the story through, and we'll see what will happen during over the days to come. Now, some other stories, interestingly. Now, wages saw faster than expected growth in the 3 months to July as they continue to outstrip rising prices. Excluding bonuses, wages grew by 2.9%, according to figures from the Office of National Statistics, ONS, well above the inflation rate. Now, earnings have now outstripped inflation for several months. Unemployment continued to fall, dropping 55,000 to 1.36 million, while within the jobless rate, with the jobless rate remaining at 4%, its lowest level for over 40 years. Now, the number of people in work was unchanged at 32.4 million. But out of this work, I asked myself, those who are on 0 hours, do they count them? Well, the ONS said that the labor market remained robust, with the number of people in work still at historically high levels. Now, with the number of people in work little change, unemployment growth has weakened, said the ONS head of labor market statistics David Freeman. Meanwhile, earnings have grown faster than prices for several months, especially looking at pay excluding bonuses. The inflation rate for the 3-month period to July was 2.4%, with the rate for just July slightly higher at 2.5%. Now, Andrew Washart, which are UK economists at Capital Markets, said the figures indicated that competition for workers is finally starting to provide greater support to wages. However, he does not expect the rosier picture for wages to prompt an interest rate rise from the Bank of England. We still think that the MPC will hold off raising interest rates again until the near-term uncertainty due to the Brexit negotiations. If it's resolved by then. The Bank of England raised its key interest rate for only the second time in a decade last month. The current interest rate is 0.75%. It is the highest since March 2019. Yesterday, economic growth hit 0.6%, the best number since July last year. Today, incomes are up to 2.9, a figure that has not been bettered since July 2015. With inflation for the month of July, 2.5%, real wage growth, which accounts for price rises, rose to 0.5% between May and July. High levels of unemployment could finally be passing through to our incomes as firms compete for our work. It will take a long time to repair the damage to incomes over the decade since the financial crisis. But with economic growth stronger and the possibility of some form of Brexit deal rising, this is certainly better news for the economy overall. That is what the news says there. But do you feel the 2.9% right? Do you feel it in your pocket? You go to the filling station and you look at the rates, keep on rising, and you ask yourself, really? What are you talking about? Well, they use it for the statistics, and then they use it to increase the interest rates, and that hits us big time. But well, we are still alive, and I said, as you are alive, there is hope for you. What about that? Okay, one interesting story. Poor mental health at work is a widespread issue. Now, poor mental health affects half of all employees. Really? According to a survey of 44,000 people carried out by the mental health charity Mind, only half of those who had experienced problems with stress, anxiety, or low mood had talked to their employer about it. So when you are stressed, you are anxious, or you have a low mood, you have to talk to your employer. Look, I am stressed. I'm not coming to work. I have low mood. You have to let me go home. I am anxious. But the good book says, be anxious of nothing, but in all things, through prayer and supplication, make known your heart, your desire or your request. Make your request known to God. But well. They said when you are anxious or you are you have a low mood or you are stressed out, you need to tell your boss. Now that's something that must change, says Mind. Now fear, shame, and job insecurity are some of the reasons people may choose to hide their worries. Now, Natalie Hunt, 34, from Salford, got her first job at 18. That role was working in a department store, now serving customers, but she found it extremely stressful. Now, it was dealing with complaints and helping people with queries. I'd had anxiety and depression as a teenager, and full-time job made me really anxious. I began to get shy and withdrawn, going more and more into myself, and I was worried about having a panic attack at work. Now, colleagues started to notice, and eventually my boss wanted a word. Now, Natalie says that at the time, her employer didn't really understand or know what to do. There was no support. She then left the workplace altogether and took up an art course at college. Now she now teaches art classes to people with mental health problems, and at a homeless shelter. She also works part-time in an office, even though sometimes she can go through stages of poor mental health. Now Natalie says it makes a huge difference when the workplace is supportive. They have flexible hours and regular catch-ups. Now I first started back in the workplace with a bit of voluntary work in a charity shop, which was great because it was voluntary and part-time. I didn't feel pressured, and it helped me regain some confidence. That was when I was 20. Now I run my own art classes for people with mental health conditions. It's lovely to be making a difference. Now, Mind says around 300,000 people lose their jobs each year due to mental health problems. The charity, along with the Royal Foundation, Heads Together, and 11 other organizations, had created online resource for employers and employees with information, advice, resource, and training that workplace can use to improve their well-being. A recent poll by the Institute of Directors found less than 1 in 5 firms offered mental health training for managers. Now, poor relationship with line managers, along with workload, have the biggest negative impact on employees' mental health. The survey found, closely followed by poor relationship with colleagues. Interesting. That's a very, very interesting one. I think I might have to just leave and reserve my comment. I wouldn't say anything about it. Because some of us there, I remember a company that I did work for. Okay, I did work for that company, and it was quite an interesting one. Yeah, it was quite an interesting one where some people you could see that they come in and say they are stressed, and some people having their cigarette time and all stuff that goes on there. And it was quite an an interesting thing, and the workload was so much that I remember at a point when I wake up at dawn, that thinking that I need to get myself ready and go to work, and I asked myself, am I going back to this place again? My goodness. And that's why I started getting the gray, you know. It's not been easy, but at a time, that is what you have to do. You have to make sure you deliver, and if you're controlling about 50 staff, I mean, it's not easy. But yeah, some of us have to put our backs into it and make sure that it works. So I don't know. It's quite a difficult thing there, that you bring somebody in. Is it that okay? You'll be paid according to your workload, or you come in and like yesterday, some people were saying that the TUC were saying they were advocating for 4 days work, and they say, sir, they think that they maintain that people should earn the same wages that they are being paid, though they are going to be working 4 days, so that people can chill out. And people, I ask myself the question: do you think that is possible? But well, this is what the poor mental health, the mind, that's what they call them, have said, that there's poor mental health at work. So how do we support them? Wow. You want to know more? Every Monday when we come on the show, exactly at the 1:45, we have HRH Linda Boachi that comes your way as a career advisor, and I tell you that she advises on all strengths, and she will be talking to that as well. But listen to the family enrichment program as well, where they talk about mental stress, anxiety, and all that stuff. We've got all the brains there: Auntie Lottie, Auntie Regina, who works in the field, Auntie Mary, who also works in the field, and so make sure you tune in to listen to all the programs. That's why I say all the time that Starr Radio UK brings you tailored, measured programs that will meet your need. Okay, so you listen to it and you are able to actually use it to improve upon your life. But it's Starr Radio UK.
You are listening to Starr Radio Morning Show.
The time now is 11:37. The lines are open. The numbers to call are 0208-133-2257, 0208-133-2257 or 58. US or Canada is 001-718-303-2737, 001-718-303-2737. Text or WhatsApp is 075-396-1744, 075-396-1744. Our Twitter handle is at Starr Radio UK, and our email address is info@starradiouk. And a massive boom.com.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Okay. We'll take a commercial break, and once we come back, I'll bring you news from other parts of the world. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. You can't always be in control of what happens on the road, but you can control the tires you ride on. Thanks to Champon Tires, in testing condition, you are guaranteed of traction and grip, be it new or partly worn tire. Champon Tires are the largest import and exporters of tires in the UK. Locate us all over the UK. For Wakefield, contact us on 01924 262 043. Selby, Rotherham, Hull, and Birmingham, contact us on 01709 380-615, or you can visit us at www.champontires.co.uk. Champon Tires, safe when new, safe when partly worn.
The IWFT team presents Footprints on Starr Radio UK with your host Oscar Binkpong every Thursday at 7 p.m. Starr Radio UK, your finest Afro-Caribbean station in London.
I know. So improve but degree. Okay, what about but degree? No when you secret your fees. Exciting, huh? Yes. Say your first degree and now masters. UK abai betimi amal grant and now scholarship and a financial support. Now they are school about degree. Our courses be brave. UK degree and a masters fully sponsored. Say UK abai betimi amal up to £21,000 every year. Now what your school fees about degree. So how do you go about it? A simple cry. Gem Educational Consultants. Eba with your application. Now also what me and your KB. Now what your degree. So British passport. Indefinite. And now EU passport. 18 and now 55 years. When so what me and your KB. Now what your degree. Even for first degree, no. Apart from say we up to £21,000, no. Abai bet your school fees near the end amount. Any for 07904793019 or visit us at 51 Albany Road, Hornchurch, RM12 4RE. Email pastorjoeka@yahoo.com. Nyesika nefetria wo fees. But degree.
All I can see sometimes and lay you down on a bed of roses.
Bed of Roses, Bed of Roses, Bed of Roses. Voices of Esther brings you Bed of Roses this and every Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Join our panel of experts to discuss issues within your relationships. Hosted by Doreen, you will be motivated and equipped to handle issues within your relationships. Remember, it is Saturday at 9:30 p.m. GMT. Don't miss it.
I'll lay you down on a bed of roses.
Do you feel left out in your education or career but still want to do something about it? Then don't fret. If you are a resident in the UK, British or EU citizen, then there is hope for you. You are in the age bracket of 21 to 55. The UK government is offering grants, scholarships, and financial support for first degree to masters in various courses. The government will pay all your fees and you can educate yourself in a peace of mind. From £21,000 per year for first degree, etc. Get in touch with GEM Educational Consultancy and we will guide you in applying for this facility. We are situated at 51 Albany Road, Hornchurch. The postcode is RM12 4AE. Telephone 079 0479 3019 or email us pastorjoeka@yahoo.com. Get financial support and acquire a degree.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile. If you just smile. Hey!
You are listening to Starr Radio Morning Show.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK and this is the morning show. The time now is exactly 11:44 from the House of London. That is 12 minutes to the top of the hour. And we're moving on to some other stories as well. But let me say good morning to Gina Latte. Sister Gina Latte, thanks for tuning in to listen to us on Starr Radio UK and to the family as well. To the boss man himself, good morning to you. Is it? Yeah, still in the morning. I hope you are doing very, very well. Okay, now let's move on. Let's move on to some other stories from across the globe or from other parts of the world, and let's see what's happening on that front. Now, when it comes to other issues, scores of migrants drown off Libyan coast. Scores of migrants have drowned off Libyan coast. We'll bring you more of that in a jiffy. That Russia begins biggest war games in years, and then Ferrari at racist Serena Williams cartoon, and then U.S. issues threat to war crimes court, and then global hunger increasing. UN warns the classroom gun-toting boys to stay in jail, and then stabbed Brazilian politician needs major surgery. Joy as Ethiopia-Eritrea border reopens. Disney actor arrested for gun at airport. Now looming hurricane sparks Trump warning. And then EU to debate disciplining Hungary, and in some other stories as well. But let's go to the first story pertaining to Russia. Now, Russia has launched its biggest exercise since the Cold War, involving about 300,000 service personnel in eastern Siberia. Now, China is sending 3,200 troops to take part in the Vostok 2018. With many Chinese armored vehicles and aircraft, Mongolia is also sending some units. Now, the last Russian exercise of similar scale was in 1981 during the Cold War, but Vostok 2018 involves more troops. Now, the week-long maneuvers come at a time of heightened NATO-Russia tensions. As the exercises began, Russia President Vladimir Putin met his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping at a forum in the eastern city of Vladivostok and told him, "We have a trusting relationship in the sphere of politics and security, security and defense." Now, relations between Russia and NATO, a 29-member defense alliance dominated by the US, have worsened since Russia annexed Crimea from Ukraine in 2014. Now, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said the drills were justified given aggressive and unfriendly attitudes towards Russia. So, what are the aggressive and unfriendly attitudes towards Russia? Are they talking about the fact that the Novichok incident here in Salisbury in the UK, where we're saying that yes, some two Russian agents or whatever they are have been incriminated. Virtually, they have pictorial evidence that they were the ones who perpetrated the act. Okay, they could be seen in the vicinity at the time that that incident took place. Okay, then moving on from there, the fact that the US are also saying, investigating the fact that Russia were said to have hacked into the US electoral system, and therefore everything that went on. So it looks like there's a bit of hostility from the West, but this time around, not from Trump, because Trump seems to be playing backpedaling, not because for whatever reason, which we're not very sure of. I wouldn't want to speculate. But the issue now is with Russia doing that. What is NATO going to do? Especially so when America has told NATO members that, look, you guys have to cough up, you have to stop trading with Russia, you have to be buying gas from us. How can you buy gas from the US all the way down to Europe? It's going to cost, what, trillions to construct whatever pipes or whatever. It's quite interesting. So what do you think is going to happen? Now, Russia, China, we know we have, which other country? We have the Turkish, who are now friends with Russia. We have Syria, who is friends with Russia. We have North Korea, who is friends with China. We have Iran, who is friends with Syria and Russia. So is there a block that is being built? And what is going to happen? Are we going to see a new wave of a Cold War sort of happening now? Well, it is quite a worrying trend, but we hope that nothing bad happens on that front. But this is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 11 minutes to 12. If you want to join in the conversation, feel free. Just call me on 0208 133 2257 or 58. Or if you're in US or Canada, it's 001 718 303 2737. Text or WhatsApp 075 396617. And a massive big boom 44. Make sure you tune in and let us know. If you've had an accident in the last 3 years, that was not your fault. Get in touch with London Accident Claims Limited. It could be a motor accident or a workplace injury, you could be entitled to compensation. Just one call to our specialist team will take care of everything. For minicab drivers with PCOs, there is even better news. We provide you with a replacement vehicle. Call us on 0800-032-6798 or 0208-665-7667 to start your claims with London Accidents Claims Limited. London Accident Claims Limited, a partner you can trust.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Okay, welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We go on to some other stories making the rounds in the world today. With what is happening in Russia, Russia and China going in for some war games, training themselves. How do they call that? I know the US have been doing that as well. At times they just do that exercise for what? Where are we going? Which way do we want to fight? Okay, that's where we need Jeremy Corbyn. Yeah. Okay. All right then. Now let's move on. Now, US to close PLO mission in Washington. Why do they want to do that? The US will close the Palestinian Liberation Organization mission in Washington, the State Department says. A statement said PLO leaders had failed to engage with US efforts to bring about peace with Israel and attempted to prompt an investigation of Israel by the International Criminal Court. A senior Palestinian official called the decision a dangerous escalation. The PLO, the internationally recognized representatives of the Palestinian people, opened the mission in 1994. President Donald Trump is preparing to unveil a long-awaited Middle East peace plan, but Palestinian officials have refused to engage with his envoys since he controversially recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital in December. Now, the PLO has not taken steps to advance the start of direct, meaningful negotiations with Israel, the State Department said on Monday. Now, to the contrary, the PLO leadership has condemned a U.S. peace plan that have not yet seen and refused to engage with the U.S. government with a respect to peace efforts and otherwise. The statement also called Palestinians' efforts to get the ICC to prosecute Israelis for alleged violation of international laws and norms regarding the treatment of people and property in the occupied West Bank and Gaza. Now, last year, the U.S. State Department warned the mission that under U.S. law, it faced closure if Palestinian leaders continue to do so. But in May, the Palestinian foreign minister formally asked the ICC chief prosecutor to launch a full investigation, saying he had ample and insurmountable evidence. Now, Israel, which like the U.S. have never ratified the court founding treaty, the Rome Statute, dismissed the move as a cynical step without legal validity. Now, in a statement issued as the U.S. move appeared imminent, the PLO Secretary General Saeed Erekat said that this dangerous escalation shows that the U.S. is willing to disband the international system in order to protect Israel's crimes and attack against the land and people of Palestine, as well as against peace and security in the rest of our region. Now, it goes on further to say, we reiterate that the rights of the Palestinian people are not for sale. The rights of the Palestinian people are not for sale, that we will not succumb to the U.S. threats and bullying, and that we will continue our legitimate struggle for freedom, justice, independence, including by all political and legal means possible. Okay, so that is what is coming from the Palestinian, the PLO General Secretary, and the fact that the U.S. is saying, look, we're going to be shutting your mission in Washington. Well. So how is it going? And it's interesting. Okay, let me just move on. If you want to call, you want to join us, feel free and do so. Just call us on 0208-133-2257 or 58. It is 0208-133-2257 or 58, and make your voice heard wherever you are. If you are in the US or Canada, it's 001-718-303-2737. 001-718-303-2737. Text or WhatsApp is 075-3966-17 and 44. On my big issue for today, I'm asking the question here: with the double tracking system of education and the second cycle education enrolled by Ghana, what is the alternative? Do we or should government have let those who could not be enrolled out and then decide to wait until we have infrastructure built and then we can maybe enroll them later on in the system? Or what is the way forward? Is a step by government the right way? And if or should there be another government coming in? I mean, yes, was it this morning when I was monitoring some other stuff? They were talking about the fact that it's not that this system is going to last forever. It's an interim system to be able to absorb the number of school children, school-going age for secondary cycle institutions, to be able to be to absorb them so that they will be educated. Then after things have been put in place and we've built enough infrastructure, we roll on to the normal system. So it's an interim system. But do you think that if should a new government come in, they are going to revert to the old system and say whatever, or we cram them all into one classroom and they all be in there? What would be the way forward for us? Let us hear your take on that and a lot more I'll be bringing your way. Stay tuned and don't even think of touching the dial.
Your favorite Afro-Caribbean radio station in the UK.
Now let's move on to some stories from the Caribbean area. Now, Brazil candidate Jair Bolsonaro to undergo major surgery. Now, you remember he was the one, the presidential candidate who was stopped. The far-right candidate in Brazil's presidential election, Jair Bolsonaro, is to have more major surgery after he was stopped during a campaign rally on Thursday. His doctor said 63-year-old remained in intensive care following the attack by a lone assailant. He suffered a deep and life-threatening wound to his intestine and lost 40% of his blood. He will be confined to either hospital or his home for several more weeks. Would it turn the tide for him as a candidate, that he will win the election, or is it the end of the road for him, that he will not be able to go on the road and therefore he has to take care of his health? What do you think? What do you think? I want to know your take on that. Now let's go to the Caribbean and let me tell you what is happening there. Barbados reaches agreement with IMF as fund gives homegrown economic plan thumbs up. Homegrown economic plan. You remember in Ghana, I think a couple of years or about some few years ago, now we had the issue where that was essentially consensus where we say our leaders gathered there to have a homegrown policy, and we had the IMF coming in, giving a thumbs up to it, and all that thing, and we said it didn't result in anything, and now we've ended up just going to the doors of the Chinese to say, Lalasula, give us, because after all, this it's not coming with the conditions that the IMF seems to be bringing our way. So, well, we hope that this time around it works for the Caribbean. We hope that it works for the Caribbean. But this is Starr Radio UK. Trinidad and Tobago shaken by 4.2 magnitude earthquake, and then there are 3 hurricanes in the Atlantic, but one in particular poses a threat. Those are some of the information coming your way from the Caribbean area. Okay, it is Starr Radio UK. It's just gone tick tock, a few seconds to 12. We'll be taking a commercial break and then a musical break, and once we come back, we'll continue with the show. I'll be taking you to Africa, and we'll be having a look at some of the stories that is unearthing in Africa. Like I said earlier on, Kamisa says, me, I'm the people's president. I'm going to be sworn in as a president. Is he just following the footsteps of the Kenyan opposition leader? What is going to happen? Is it not treasonable offense that is causing now? What do you think? I want to have your take on that in a minute. But please stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. You can't always be in control of what happens on the road, but you can control the tires you ride on. Thanks to Champon tires, in testing condition, you are guaranteed of traction and grip, be it new or partly worn tire. Champon tires are the largest import and exporters of tires in the UK. Locate us all over the UK. For Wakefield, contact us on 01924 262 043. Selby, Rotherham, Hull, and Birmingham, contact us on 01709 380 615. Or you can visit us at www.champontires.co.uk. Champon Tires. Safe when new, safe when partly worn.
The IWFT team presents Footprints on Star Radio UK with your host Oscar Bimpong every Thursday at 7 p.m. Star Radio UK, your finest Afro-Caribbean station in London.
Well, this is Star Radio UK. I will be taking you once we from Africa. We'll go to Ghana. We'll be talking about Kofi Annan, the former UN Secretary General, whose remains have been brought to Ghana. Yesterday, it was received by the president, as I said earlier on in my introduction. We'll try to see, what is going on at the moment. He's been laid in state at the International Conference Center, and people are going to be trooping in there to have a look or pay their last respects. Tomorrow, there's going to be another session for the dignitaries, and then on Thursday he will be laid to rest at the Birmingham Military Cemetery. So we'll be following through that as well. So we'll be touching on all that. We'll be touching on Kamisa, who seems to be behaving as a housefly that is following a corpse into the grave. It says, stop it, and it continues until they put a sand on him, on it, and then goes down or buried with the corpse. Maybe that's what he wants to do. So we'll be having a look at that, and we'll be having a look at the double tracking second cycle educational system that's been enrolled today in Ghana, and the life of the late Mr. Kofi Annan, former Secretary General of the UN. We'll be having a look at all that. But let's take this song, and once I come back, I'll bring you all the news that is going on. Stay tuned. Kim Promise says CCTV. I know it's a favorite of one of our lovely listeners. Very beautiful lady. She loves that. And I'm playing on your behalf. She's actually mentioned it, so I wouldn't say it. Enjoy.
This is Nana, and you're listening to Archie on Star Radio UK Morning Show.
Oh, Nana, yeah. Listen, I do me a strum, yeah. You know they say I be better past anybody. They say what you out, and your boy, no. See, so I the hustle, know they make chance pass me by. So make it do your best and use your sense. I saw the stress since I put God first. Charlie, it no be race, it no be test. And your guide so no one can test. So make it tell them. So we they come, no they fear them. Baba got it from my side, so no shake.
Yeah, when you're media, on chonko na ondo. On in the CCTV. And anyone me so. Even if I walk through the valley of death, I know the fear. Every day be your guide. Yeah, when you're media, on chonko na ondo. On in the CCTV, baby, and anyone me so. Even if I walk through the valley of death, I know the fear. Every day be your guide. Your guide.
Make you no cry. Say you go be, make you still try. You know, draw money, yeah, gosh, no good way. I pity make you no cry, still try. Say you go be, make you no cry. You know, draw money, yeah, and die. I don't mean a song, I don't mean a dimmy. I don't mean a dimmy, team in China, cheetah. Don't mean a song.
when you be a Antonko na Ondo. On in the CCTV, they be an anyone me so. Even if I walk through the valley of death,
Online or mobile.
every day be Jagai.
This is Star Radio UK, the leading African Caribbean radio station.
Star Radio, radio for the people, vibe.
Even if I walk through the valley of death, I know the fear. Every day be Jagaido, Jagaido.
Nyame baako pɛ ne bɔ me ho ban ti mu a mo bɔ me ho pɔ na mo fa me ho tan mo didi masena mo bɔ me sekan mo ma no tɔma so mo sɛ me twede botan wo dɔ me bitu me ni hwɛ baby kra na me fia chale me sɔra no pa me hwehwɛ ne media senia enipa bi kra bubu me ni chia bo nyame wɔn so me mu anka ma ye hyɛ mu chia wo me ni sa me to na mo na mo twa me to fam wo mo tu me nku ne tema komem wo ne me kama fo wo ne makokyɛn Mamente wasena mente wasem okana se mu se fa wo sanka ne mehira no onyame na na wahye me bonte na de bia no ansana wudi me din ne beko bebia no kai se wo hwe me wo bedu na wesia no el shada
we wonyame bia ontonko na ondo oni ni CCTV de bia ni wo me so even if I walk through the valley of death I know the fear every day be Jagaido. Yeah, when you be a Antonko na Ondo, on in the CCTV, baby, and anyone me so. In the song, I don't be the dimmy, I don't be the dimmy.
You want to join in the conversation? Just call us on 0208 133 2257 or 58 0208 133 2257 or 58. Those of you in US or Canada is 001 718 303 2737. Text or WhatsApp is 075 3966 1744 075 3966 1744. Or you can tweet at us at Star Radio UK. Our email address is info@starradiouk.com.
Yeah, when you be a Antonko na Ondo, on in the CCTV, baby, and anyone me so. Even if I walk through the valley of death.
If God be for you, who can be against you? Let me say good morning or good afternoon to Brian St. Rose, wherever you are. I hope you are doing very well. To Mr. Olaimi Koiki, Yummy. I hope you are doing well. And Michael will say as well, good morning, good morning, good morning. To the wonderful Mercy Men also tuning in to listen to us as well. Thanks for liking our page. We say massive good morning to you, or good afternoon, have a lovely day.
Antonko na Ondo, on in the CCTV, baby, and anyone me so. Even if I walk through the valley of death, I know the fear. Every day be Jagaido. Yeah, when you be a Antonko na Ondo, on in the CCTV, baby, and anyone me so. Even if I walk through the valley of death, I know the fear.
It's a I like the lyrics of that song. I mean, we have a God who virtually monitors every movement of yours, keeping an eye on you and watching your back for you. So somebody says he has my back. So God has your back. If God be for you, who can be against you? Let me say good morning or good afternoon to George Charisma. Wherever you are, I hope you are doing very well and enjoying the show as well.
I know the fear. Every day be Jagai.
To Mr. Bossman and Niyi, wherever you are, of the Property Hour show. They'll be coming your way on Thursday exactly at 9 o'clock. And it's a massive good afternoon to you. Have a lovely day, guys.
Even if I walk through the valley of death, I know the fear. Every day be Jagaido, Jagaido.
The only bit of the song that I don't understand is that Jagaido. What is a Jagaido? I need somebody to interpret that for me. I would love to know, understand what Jagaido actually means. But this is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to tick tock, 10 minutes past 12. And it is the Tuesday edition of the morning show. And we go on.
In your car,
At work.
at home,
On your smartphone.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile. If you just smile.
Enlighten your day with Star Radio.
Okay, welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now let's go to Africa and let's have a look at what is happening there. Now we'll be having a look at Ethiopia, Eritrea reopens border points. They've had all these clashes for a very long time, and now they've been able to reopen their borders. And when I see peace that is taking place on the African front, I just say that surely, or for sure, God or Africans have been able to put their heads and their minds together. But guys, let me just take a quick commercial break and I'll be with you in a minute. Just stay tuned. Don't touch the dial at all. Let's continue to enjoy the song and I'll be with you. There's an emergency. Let me just have a look at it and come back to you. Stay tuned.
let's go.
Oh, na, na, yeah. They say I do me, sure me, You know, we say I be better past anybody. And so wish you out, and your boy, no. See, so I the hustle, know they make chance pass me by. So make it do your best and use your sense. I saw the stress since I put God first. Charlie, it no be race, it no be test. The jar guides so no one can test. So make it tell them. So we do come, no the fear them. Baba God do for my side, so no shake.
Yeah, when you're media, on Tonko na Ondo, on any CCTV, they be and anyone me so. Even if I walk through the valley of death, I know the fear. Every day be your guide. Yeah, when you're media, on Tonko na Ondo, on any CCTV, they be and anyone me so. Even if I walk through the valley of death, I know the fear. Every day be your guide.
Make you no cry, say you go be, make you still try. You no draw on the new one, gosh, no good way. I pity make you no cry, still try. Say you go be, make you no cry. You no draw on the new one, me and die. I don't mean a song, I don't mean a dimmy, I don't mean a dimmy, team in China, cheetah. Don't mean a song.
Okay, my apologies for that. I needed to see to an urgent issue, but it's all been sorted out and it's good. And I'm here and I'm happy you're also there continuing to listen to us on Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. I had to do a bit of running, more than Hussein Bolt. Hey! Okay. I'm still asking. Now, if you know what Jagaido means, please make sure you share it with me. I don't know what Jagaido means. All right. Now, let's move on to some of the stories that it's making the rounds in Africa. And then we'll come to Ghana and we'll bring the program to a close. Now, on the African front this morning, okay, my apologies. Okay, on the African front this morning, we have Ethiopia, Eritrea reopening their borders, and it's interesting. Well, remember that Kofi Annan, the late Kofi Annan, the former UN Secretary General, was advocating for peace and was doing his best. And I mean, he worked in some of the African, before he became the UN Secretary General, he was under the Undersecretary. I mean, he did lots of work in Africa as well, and all that stuff that went on. However, the issue with Eritrea and Ethiopia has gone on and on and on. But today, they have opened their border. And therefore, there's like a free flow where they can interact nicely. And when we see things like that, we feel very proud of ourselves that we could see sense. That we don't need a third person to come in to tell us that, hey, you people, sort out your own home affairs. But we've been able to put it together. I know definitely there will be some strings that was being pulled behind the scenes that we could not see. But to every country or every leader who helped in the arriving at this peace treaty and having borders being open and that people could live together, we are so grateful to every one of you, and we say kudos to you. And then when it comes to Zimbabwe, we have Kamisa, Honorable Kamisa, who is saying that he's going to be sworn in as the people's president. And it's an interesting one because I always say that, you remember the Kenyan opposition leader, what is his name? It's not Uhuru is the president. I've forgotten the name of this. I'll get it and let you know in a minute. But you just stay there. Don't go away at all. I'm going to bring you that story fully, and I'll let you know that. And then Nigeria Senate President submits presidential nomination form. The Senate President has submitted his presidential nomination form. The major Oromla party, Oromla parties agree a measure for Ethiopian 2020 polls, and then separatists burn buses, vow to disrupt elections in Cameroon. That is what is happening in Cameroon. And let me say good morning to the Ambazonians there as well. Now, Atiku takes on Buhari on Nigeria's restructuring ahead of the 2019. A recap of Mali's 2018 presidential polls and Mugabe to Mnangagwa. Thank you for the plane. We love you. Yeah, right. Now, benevolent Nigerian pays for Buhari's 130,000 nomination form. So, see? You think that Buhari is not doing much? Somebody is even paying for it, for him to just go, if he's not got the money to do that. Okay, let me take the first story. The first story talks about Ethiopia and Eritrea reopening border. The leaders of the Ethiopia and Eritrea on Monday reopened the border point between their two countries for road transport in a first since the two neighboring fought a war 2 decades ago. Eritrea Information Minister Yanen Meskel said on Twitter, President Isaias Afwerki and Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed today officially opened the Bay Sima Bear border point between Z2 countries for road transportation connectivity. The two leaders will arrive in Asmara shortly and proceed to Sarah Zalambeza connection for a similar ceremony, he said. So they're trying to open more of the borders there, linked between the two countries. And we say kudos to them, kudos to them, kudos to them, kudos to them. And then we move on to some other story. Okay, you remember I was talking about 9/11. I was talking about 9/11. Apologies. 9/11 when it took place. Today is 9/11. Is the 17th anniversary of the 9/11. That's 2001 when it took place. And I remember that time I had gone to visit. I've gone for holidays in Ghana, and I remember when it did happen. Yeah. But 17 years on, and I asked myself, has the war been fought? Has the war ended? Has the war ended? Okay. Which I know the answer is a big, massive, gigantua no. The war has not ended. So what is actually going on? So the other story talks about Kamisa, who has plans to install himself as a president of Zimbabwe, the people's president. Now, Africa's people's president, Chamisa, to join Odinga and Besigye. Okay, there have been two, Besigye and Odinga, who sworn themselves in as the people's president. Now, the story says, as Zimbabwe's president, Emerson Mnangagwa, embarks on the Herculean task of rebuilding the economy, opposition leader Chamisa says there are increasing calls for him to be inaugurated as the people's president. Chamisa's party, Movement for Democratic Change, MDC-T, says the 2.6 million Zimbabweans who voted for Chamisa in the July 30 election will install him as president on Saturday. So it's not him installing himself, but the people installing him as their president on Saturday. Now, Mnangagwa was confirmed duly elected president of the Constitutional Court after it dismissed a challenge by Chamisa last month. Now, he then took the oath before the country's Chief Justice, which I brought your way. Now, while ruling party activists have warned against the planned inauguration, saying it would amount to treason, MDC president's spokesperson, Dr. Nkuleku Sibanda, dismissed them, saying the people of Zimbabwe have the right to install a president of their choice. Now, Chamisa, who held his first rally since the election, told supporters that his party will hold its 19th anniversary at Gwanzura Stadium in Harare on Saturday. And in the quote, he said, we are consulting the people on the way forward, and next week we are going to hold our 19th anniversary, and our leader swearing in. So just let's assume that he's a president. Let's swear him in. That's what they're going to be doing. But what do you think? What do you think? Well, in the same listen, we have Raila Odinga. Following the disputed presidential election last year, opposition leader Raila Odinga was sworn in by his lawyers in January 30. Now, Odinga, who is a self-styled people's president, was to appoint a people's assembly that will constitute a parallel government to the officially recognized one of Kenya's president, Uhuru Kenyatta. The aftermath of the inauguration was costly, as several opposition lawmakers and lawyers were arrested and charged with treason, even as several television stations that broadcast the illegal inauguration was shut down for a week. Now, Odinga's lawyer, Miguna, who conducted the inauguration, was deported and has to date been denied re-entry into the country. Now, Odinga eventually reconciled with Kenyatta in the famous March 9 handshake, and together they announced the Building Bridges initiative that would champion reconciliation and development among the Kenyan people that had been polarized by the election. And then Uganda's defiant Besigye. Now, following the February 2016 election, which the opposition said was rigged in favor of President Yoweri Museveni, a video showing the opposition candidate being sworn in was circulated on social media and on the eve of the official inauguration of Museveni. Now, Besigye was consequently arrested and airlifted to a remote police cell in the Karamoja region, while social media sites were blocked by the communications regulator. The military and police also deployed heavily in the city and Moroto district where Besigye was detained. The government of Uganda charged Besigye with treason, accusing him of inciting people to overthrow the government of Uganda and declaring himself president. So what do you think is going to be happening to Chamisa for this step that he has taken? Well, this is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The final story from the African front. Tanzania's president contraception views inconsistent with laws. Now, lawmakers in Tanzania have called out President John Pombe Magufuli for telling women in the country to give up contraceptive methods, arguing that the president's position is not consistent with existing national policies. Now, Magufuli, who is an advocate for large families and huge populations, told citizens attending a rally on Sunday to keep reproducing because the government was increasing investment in health sector, specifically maternal health. They said, you have cattle, you are big farmers, you can feed your children. Why then resort to birth control? This is my opinion. I see no reason to control birth in Tanzania. Magufuli said in a speech on Sunday, according to the Citizen Daily newspaper. Now, it goes on further. However, according to Cecil Mwambe, a legislator, the country's health insurance scheme can only accommodate a maximum of 4 children from one family. He said the policy is informed by government's acknowledgement of the need for family planning, adding that the president's message is to be taken seriously. The number of children covered by the health scheme should be increased to 10. Now, the Speaker of the country's parliament, Job Ndugai, said the president's speech was mere advice, not the government's position. Now, he went on further to say, I have traveled to Europe and elsewhere and have seen the harmful effects of birth control. Some countries are now facing declining population growth. They are short of manpower, the president advised. Magufuli, who was speaking in the presence of Health Minister and the United Nations Population Fund representative in Tanzania, urged Tanzanians to ignore bad advice disseminated by outsiders, saying it is important to reproduce. Women can now give up contraceptive method, he added. So, hey, in Tanzania, the president is advocating for free. Just give birth. I mean, he said there's money. What more do you? I mean, that's a lovely country to live in. Well. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And it is the morning show with the one and only Archie. Don't touch the dial. And let me go to my Facebook page. Let me see if there have been any other responses from there. And then we move on with the show. But if you want to join the conversation, feel free. And just send your messages to us. Just feel free and send your messages to us. Yeah. Okay. Now, let me go on. I will be going to Ghana pretty soon. We'll go to Ghana pretty soon. But you just stay tuned for a minute while I bring you the other story that has made the rounds. So, well, if you are in Tanzania, oh my goodness, the men who have reproduced, you got cattle, you got farmers, so what else? Now, Zimbabwe Health Minister declares cholera emergency. Now in Zimbabwe, they have a cholera emergency. That's breaking news that has just come in. The latest cholera outbreak came after burst sewers in Budiriro and Glenview suburbs contaminated water in boreholes and open wells, which has now started brought about an outbreak of cholera. So that is what is going on there. Now in Nigeria gas tanker explosion kills at least 35. At least 35 people were killed on Monday, hundreds injured when a gas tanker exploded in northern Nigeria state of Nasarawa and started a blaze, the state emergency agency said. Now, we are trying to ascertain and liaise with other stakeholders to get an accurate figure of what was involved on human life and people that were injured. Now, said Chief Fire Officer Nasarawa State, Dalhatu Dogara. Now, footage from Nigeria Television Authority showed fire, smoke rising, and injured people being carried away on stretcher. Now, the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, officials said the accident happened at a petrol station along the Lufia-Makurudi Road, linking the capital city of Abuja with northern and southern Nigeria. Now, Osman Ahmed, acting director of SEMA, said the truck exploded at the point of discharging the gas. Citing a witness account, the agency was investigating the incident. He said, we have confirmed 35 people and over 100 injured. Most of those rushed to the accident spot to see what was happening, Ahmed told Reuters. Now, traffic accidents are common in Nigeria. where roads are bad and safety standards are poor. That is what has been put across. But that is a very, very sad one. That is a very, very sad one, where we have a case where because the fuel tanker is discharging fuel, because the necessary care wasn't taken, there's been an explosion and people have lost their life. It did happen in Ghana. A few have happened in Ghana. I remember, I think in Takoradi, there was one incident there. In La area, there was another incident there. And then about 3 years ago, when there was that, or the 2 or 3 years ago, when there was that flooding at the Kwame Nkrumah Circuit area, or the new, how they call that place, there was another flood. There was an explosion there at the filling station, fuel station as well. That killed lots of people. So all these things, and you ask yourself, where in this part of the world we have filling stations close to residential areas? If people think that, oh, it's not so, it is. Filling stations are close to residential areas, or even close to offices and stuff like that. We go there, we go by, we do everything as we're supposed to do. Nothing happens. So what is wrong with our people? Health and safety issues. Are we actually up to date with it? Do we actually have a look at what is going on the ground? And do we see to its implementation? Or like somebody says, oh, he said, oh, even in Ghana, there are so many laws. And every day we churn out a new law. But the problem is the implementation of those laws. So is Nigeria implementing enough of this? I remember some time ago, early part of this year, where in Lagos, there was an explosion like that. There was an explosion like that. And now, another explosion. Well, we hope that the various governors of those states see to address the issue and put health and safety checks in place so that people's life can be protected. Now, Nigeria Senate President Abubakar Bukola Saraki has submitted nomination forms he picked up for the presidential candidacy race of the main opposition People's Democratic Party, the PDP. Saraki wrote on Twitter that he had submitted a presidential nomination and expressed an expression of interest forms to the PDP at the Abuja headquarters of the party, adding it is time to hashtag Grow Nigeria. It goes on further to Saraki defected from the ruling All Progressive Congress, the APC, in late July and quickly joined the PDP. His quit message read, I wish to inform Nigerians that after extensive consultation, I've decided to take my leave of the All Progressive People Congress, that's the APC, after giving reasons among others that the APC had failed to deliver on the promises that brought them to power in 2015. He declared his presidential ambition almost a month later on August 30. He is reported to have quit the APC, seeing that the incumbent Muhammadu Buhari had expressed interest in seeking a second and final term in office. Saraki, a former Kwara State governor on the ticket of the PDP, will come up against a number of heavyweights. So, because he saw that he wouldn't have the chance to run as a presidential candidate for the APC, decided to cross carpet and then come to the PDP. So is he actually a proper PDP? What are the beliefs of these two parties? Or are they all the same? Well, this is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to exactement tick tack, as I said earlier on, 12:34. In the next 26 minutes, the program will be brought to a close, but we'll be going to Ghana in a moment. But today marks the 17th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks in the U.S. Now, Americans are commemorating the September 11 with somber tributes, volunteer projects, and a new monument to victims after a year when two attacks demonstrated enduring threats to the nation's biggest city. Now, thousands of people are expected to gather in New York City, Washington, D.C., and Sharpsville, Pennsylvania on Tuesday to remember the nearly 3,000 people killed when hijacked jetliners crashed into World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and the field in Pennsylvania in September 11, 2001. In New York City, a ceremony will take place at the 9/11 Memorial where mourners gather as they have every year since the attack for the annual reading of victims' names for both the 1993 and the 2001 attacks on the World Trade Center. They will also observe a citywide moment of silence at 8:46 a.m. The time American airline flight 11 crashed into the North Tower, with the second place at second pause at 9:03 a.m. when United Airlines flight 175 struck the South Tower. Now, further moments of silence will be observed at 9:37 a.m. when American Airlines flight 77 hit the Pentagon, at 9:59 a.m. when the South Tower fell at 10:03 a.m. and when United Flight 93 hit the ground near Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and at 10:28 a.m. when the North Tower collapsed. Osama bin Laden and Al Qaeda claimed responsibility for the suicide attacks and U.S.-led war, and that led to the U.S. war in Afghanistan, and which I say that war has been ongoing for a whole 17 or yes, I mean I think same year the attack, so 17 or call it 16 years is gone on. But what do you think? Well, this is Starr Radio UK. Now on our way to Ghana, and we have a look at what is happening on that front. You want to share your take with us on any of the news that is making the rounds? You know what? Just feel free. Just call me on 0208 133 2257. 0208 133 2257 or 58. If in US or Canada, it's 0017183032737. You can text or WhatsApp is 0753966174. Our Twitter handle is Starr Radio UK, and our email address is info@starradiouk.com. Stay tuned and don't even think of touching the dial. Can't touch it. All right. Now let's go on. In Ghana yesterday, the remains of the former UN Secretary General, Mr. Kofi Annan, was received by the President of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and some government dignitaries, and received the family of the late Annan to Ghana. The body of the former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan will be laid in state on Tuesday, that's today, at the Accra International Conference Center as the nation begins a 3-day mourning. The public is expected to file past the remains of the global icon and pay their last respects. Now, how did I say that? Mr. Annan's body arrived in Ghana on Monday, draped in a UN flag aboard a chartered flight from Geneva, Switzerland. Now, it goes further to say the body was accompanied by the widow, Nan Annan, and her children. Mr. Annan passed away on August 18, 2018 in Switzerland. The general public, heads of department, association, and other will file past the body on Tuesday. On Wednesday, former ministers of state, members of the diplomatic corps, members of parliament, ministers of state, members of the Council of State, members of the Mfansipim Old Boys Association, chiefs and queen mothers, the Akwamuhene and his delegation, and Asante Hene Otumfuo 32, the second delegation, will also pass Mr. Annan's remain. On Thursday, a solemn burial service and final interment cap the national mourning will take place. This service will be attended by UN officials, heads of state, diplomatic delegation, and the general public. There will also be a private burial at midday on Thursday at the military cemetery with full military honors and a 17-gun salute. The rich runabout to the stadium traffic light road blocked on Thursday to make way for the burial service. Now, Information Minister designate Kojo Opong Nkrumah, who made the announcement, urged the public to comply with the directive. That the main route to the roundabout, to the stadium roundabout, will be closed on Thursday, and only those who have received the invitation that will be allowed to access those routes on Thursday. The forecourt of the State House and the Parliament House are available for parking for those who are invited. And while we encourage the public to come in and pay their last respects on Tuesday, we also ask that we adhere and comply with all security instructions that will be given by the security officers on Tuesday, that is today. So if you're going that way, make sure you comply. Compliance is the way forward. Yeah? All right. So this is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And the time now is exactly 12:40 from the House of London. It is the morning show with your one and only Archie here. Stay tuned and don't even think of touching the dial. As I announced earlier on this afternoon, exactly at 4 o'clock, we have my oracle coming in, Ross. Ross will be coming in with Insight with Ross. That'll be coming your way exactly at 4 o'clock. And like I say all the time, the things that I can't say, she is the one who is able to say it, and you will understand it. So make sure that you tune in exactly at 4 o'clock when Ross comes in with Insight. Stay tuned and don't even think of touching the dial. Now let's move on to some other stories that is making the rounds in Ghana today. I did mention earlier on that the double tracking system education system is taking place or starting today in Ghana, and we have people who have spoken against it. But what do you think about it? I want to have your take on that front. Can we say that the double track system also then will be placed? And that is happening. At the moment, we have parents who have taken their wards to the various institutions to do bits and bobs there, making sure that their children are enrolled. Their children their children are enrolled and get their necessary accommodations and everything that they need. It's 17 minutes to the top of the hour. I'll come back after this break and then we'll have a look at what is happening on the educational front. And then we'll be having a look at the attack by You can't always be in control of what happens on the road, but you can control the tires you ride on. Thanks to Champon Tires, in testing condition, you are guaranteed of traction and grip, be it new or partly worn tire. Champon Tires are the largest import and exporters of tires in the UK. Locate us all over the UK. For Wakefield, contact us on 01924 262 043. Selby, Rotherham, Hull, and Birmingham, contact us on 01709 380-615, or you can visit us at www.champontires.co.uk. Champon Tires, safe when new, safe when partly worn.
The IWFT team presents Footprints on Starr Radio UK with your host Oscar Bimpong every Thursday at 7 p.m. Starr Radio UK, your finest Afro-Caribbean station in London.
I know. So person ko improve but degree. Okay, what about so but degree? No when you secret your fees. Exciting, huh? Yes. Say your first degree and now masters. UK abai betimi amal grant and now scholarship and the financial support. Now they are school about degree. Our courses be brave. UK degree and the masters fully sponsored. Tie, UK buying ebetimi amount up to £21,000 every year. Now what your school fees about degree. So, how do you go about it? A simple cry. Gem Educational Consultants ever born with your application. Now also what me and your sassy KB. Now what your degree. So British passport, indefinite. And now EU passport, 18 and now 55 years. When so bet me and your sassy KB. Now what your degree. Even for first degree, no. Apart from say we be up to £21,000, no. Abai bet your school fees near the end amount. Any for 07904793019 or visit us at 51 Albany Road, Hornchurch, RM12 4RE. Email pastorjoeka@yahoo.com. Nesika nefitria wo fees, but degree.
All I can see sometimes and lay you down on a bed of roses.
Bed of Roses, Bed of Roses, Bed of Roses. Voices of Esther brings you Bed of Roses this and every Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Join our panel of experts to discuss issues within your relationships. Hosted by Doreen, you will be motivated and equipped to handle issues within your relationships. Remember, it is Saturday at 9:30 p.m. GMT. Don't miss it.
Lay you down, on a bed of roses.
Welcome back to the program. That is the last segment of the program. 13 minutes to the top of the hour is the time. Archie is your man. The morning show is the program. And on the platform, Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, now, finally, let's go to have a look at some of the stories that is made the rounds in Ghana today. Now, we're talking about the fact that, do you think government had an alternative if they had not gone on with the double tracking system? So now today, the education ministry or the secondary schools government has enrolled the double tracking system in secondary schools now. So they will go in whether 3 months on, 2 months off, or 3 months on, 3 months off, whatever the case is. But how many people will churning out from the JSS, the junior secondary schools, who are supposed to be candidates or who are supposed to be enrolled in the senior secondary schools? Now, if we decide that, okay, now we don't have enough facilities, we don't have enough infrastructure to accommodate these individuals, these students, and therefore we want to just take the handful of ones that we can, and then the others, what happens to them? So has government made the right choice? And if government has, do you think that if another government comes in, let's take it that in the next 6 years, the NPP is still going to be in power. Let's take it that way, because what we see, the trend has been that any government that comes in, any party that comes in, they stay in for 2 terms and then they go. So that's been the trend. So the NDC one that left a couple of years ago has been because the NDC was in power for 2 terms. Not the president. I'm saying the NDC was in power for 2 terms. Now, this time around, so let's take it that the NPP is going to be in power for 2 terms. Now, as whether this step that has been taken by the government is an interim measure to make sure that we are able to absorb all the students who are coming from the JSS, the junior secondary school, who are now being enrolled into the senior secondary school. Is it some interim measure that we think that will be a positive impact? So just give it another how many years? 3-4 years, and then we can revert to the old system when we have built enough infrastructure to absorb, the students who are coming in. What do you think? Is the government step? Is the government move a good one? I want to have your take before we go on. So the double tracking system, the Minister of Education has said that it is going to give all students will be placed. That's nobody is going to be left out. If you don't get they said they have the what is it, the green and the red, or the green and the amber, whichever it is. So they have that system. So this morning, a few of the students have been okay. Let me just take you straight to what is happening in Accra. It says, now massive confusion has rocked the late placement into senior high schools as hundreds of parents and guardians besiege the Independence Square to secure schools for their wards. It goes on. Daniel Nilate reports that the confused and frustrated parents and guardians are considering sending their wards to private schools should they fail to secure the school. Now, according to him, this is a huge presence. There is a huge presence of combined police and military personnel to ensure order. Now, 67,382 students, according to the Education Ministry, have not been placed under the computerized school selection place. Now, over 60,000 students, the Education Ministry explained, could not be placed because they could not be matched with any of their school choices. A total of 423,134 out of the 490, that's 514 qualified candidates have, however, been placed. Meanwhile, the Deputy Education Minister Minister Dr. Yao Educhum assured that all students who pass will be placed. He told Station that the efforts were underway to ensure that all the 67,382 students are placed before the school reopens this week. And I can tell you on authority that the schools have reopened this week. The school has reopened this week. But I was asking the question, do you think government had any choice? Did government have any choice otherwise than this? Okay, so this is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, in the paying of respect for the late Kofi Annan, there are going to be some dignitaries coming into Ghana. One of them, Zimbabwe's President Emerson Mnangagwa, is suspended in Ghana on Thursday, September 13, to attend the final funeral service of the late former UN Secretary General, Mr. Kofi Annan. He will be in the company of a host of African heads of state, including Alhassan Dramani Ouattara, Ivory Coast, George Weah of Liberia, Haile Gop of Namibia, Mahamadou Issoufou of Niger, among others. Information Minister Designate Kojo Oppong Nkrumah has stated. Oppong Nkrumah, who was addressing a press conference on Monday, announced the schedule. Okay, so we have some dignitaries coming into Ghana to commemorate the final interment of Mr. Kofi Annan in Ghana. But this is Starr, your own radio station in London. 8 minutes to the top of the hour is the time, and it is the Tuesday edition of the morning show. Now, let me bring you one other story that is making the rounds in the political front. That is a bit of backlash going on and on in the opposition NDC party. Okay, let's go on. Let's go on the political side of stories. Race for NDC flag bearer, Volta region leader wants Mahama to back off, and then Parliament postpones recall to September 24. We have some others. NDC 2020, Mahama's past an advantage and disadvantage. Bus branding saga, no issue. I will win Volta. That is some of the old stories coming your way from the NDC front. But let me I was trying to capture one story by my former director, that is Mr. Kojo Yanka. Mr. Kojo Yanka, who became ambassador, Ghana's ambassador, Ghana's first ambassador to it's not Zambia. No, I've forgotten the now. I will let you know. Okay, now tell the Kufuor to disband his vigilante groups, NDC to NCCE, and Ghanaians rejected Mahama he mustn't lead again. That's what Brigadier Nunu Mensah is saying. Now, and a few, and the speaker of the past speaker of parliament has also added his voice to that, thinking that President Mahama wouldn't be a good candidate for them. Wouldn't be a good candidate for them. But what do you think? Do you think that President Mahama will be a good candidate or not? My targets, okay? Those are some of the other stories that have made the rounds there on Starr Radio in Ghana, and this is being brought your way by Starr Radio UK. I lost my money and trust John Tia on NDC election. NDC polls Alabi calls for independent election committee, and then NDC election Koku must bide his time. What a dresser is saying. Okay, so what do you think is happening in Ghana, and what do you think is a way forward for us as a people? And we will bring you more of it tomorrow, God willing, once we come your way with another edition of the morning show. Well, let me go to my Facebook page and acknowledge whoever. Okay, I've got Felix who has just joined me. Let me take his call. It's very important. Felix, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Just a quick one.
Yes.
I won't be because I'm in the middle of the transit. I'm traveling.
Okay.
Make it a quick one.
Okay.
I think you were playing the song and wanted to know what the words were.
Jagaido.
It's every day. Jahh. Guide. Jagaido. So it's like every day God's guidance.
Oh, thank you. Oh, so Jah guide. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, thank you, my brother. All right then. All right then. Thank you very much. Have a safe trip. Right then. Bye. Well. You see, I told you our listeners are good, and that was Felix, my brother Felix, all the way from Scotland, adding his voice to the discussion, telling me what Jagaido actually meant. And he said that because Jah is guiding you. Oh, Felix, thank you very much, and have a safe trip wherever you are. It's 3 minutes to the top of the hour, and this is where I bring the curtains down. But I cannot go without playing this song. So let's go back so that now that Felix have interpreted or taught me what exactly Jagaido means. Yes, may Jah guide you today wherever you are whilst you enjoy this song. It's been a pleasure coming your way once again. I'll be with you same time tomorrow from 10 o'clock onwards, and it will be another lovely time. But remember, this afternoon exactly at 4 o'clock, we'll be having no other person than Ross coming your way with insight. Have a blessed day. And bye-bye for now.
Oh, na, Kim Primes, yeah.
Kim Beats, let's go.
Oh, na, yeah.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7. Thanks for listening.
And your boy, no. See, so what the hustle know they make chance pass me by. So make it do your best and use your sense. I show the stress since I put God first. Charlie, it no be race, it no be test. The Jah guide so no one can test. So make it tell them. So when they come, no they fear them. Baba God do for my side, so no shake.
Yeah, when you're media, on Tonko na Ondo, on any CCTV, they be and anyone me so. Even if I walk through the valley of death, I know the fear. Every day be Jagaido. Yeah, when you're media, on Tonko na Ondo, on any CCTV, they be and anyone me so. Even if I walk through the valley of death, I know the fear. Every day be Jagaido.